Lemonada.
I have a question for you. Who's your daddy? No, really, who is your dad? What are the stories that make up his life? Is there a thing that your dad always says to you or always did say to you, and you kind of brushed it off your whole life, and you wish you could go back and be like, wait, what was the story that made that so a part of the monologue, the endless monologues that you delivered to me? My dad always says to me, if you're not early, you're late. And I want to sit down with him and really be like, what is that? Quote, what makes Sammy run, end quote. Were you late for a train and you missed it and then you didn't get the promotion? It's a philosophy. Why is that your philosophy? Little insights to what makes your dad, because that helps you understand who you are. Well, that's why I love Storyworth. Storyworth sends your dad each week questions about his life, and he responds however he wants. He could write back over email or the web. He could do a voice recording, or this year, brand new, a guided phone call. No apps, no logins, no calling you with troubleshooting questions about software. Storyworth meets dad where he is so he can focus on the joy of remembering and reflecting on all of these stories that make up his life. Families have used Storyworth to create over 1 million books, and more than 50,000 5-star reviewers agree it will be a treasure that your family will love. This year, give dad a gift that captures who he really is before the stories get harder to remember. Father's Day is Sunday, June 21st. Order right now and save up to $20 at storyworth.com/Iliza. Save up to $20 at storyworth.com/Iliza. Storyworth.com/Iliza.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Ask me, ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. Leave them in the Instagram comment section. Leave them on your Twitter or leave them on your Facebook. We'll see them, we'll read them, then we'll give you answers. You know it, I've got it. I've got the answer, you ask me. I'll tell you anything.
I'm just looking at my image on this, and I was asked to do Bob and Tom, which is a syndicated Midwest radio program that's been on for 90 years. And in addition to them making a meal out of my last name, which is hilarious and original, I did find it funny how they were like, is your mic made by Shure? I guess it's just so prominently featured. You think they gave me the mic free, but they kept bringing up that it was a Shure mic. And I was like, well, you just lie and say I'm sponsored.
I mean, it's pretty industry standard in my mind. This is the mic that the people have.
Sure.
Sure.
Today I got my hair colored, and whenever I get my hair colored, I also get it cut. And she always does this leave-in conditioner. She's like, just leave it in for as long as you like and rinse it out. And I never do. It's the only way to get my hair to look somewhat cool with curls. And I ran my fingers through it so it doesn't look great, but it's the only way to get volume is to leave in this product. And while it doesn't look good, it definitely doesn't look bad.
No, it doesn't look bad at all.
And as much as I want to be empowered and be I'm going to wear these curls, I would not wear my hair in public like this, because one strong gust of wind and it'll just blow the back out. And it's just best that you see it. If you saw the back, it would just be
where's the back?
Just split in the back.
So wait, so you're
lower back out.
Do you want to talk? Last week was our Noah episode, and his book is now out.
The book is out. Grill time. We're recording this a little early, but it's out this week. It's out just in time for Father's Day. We actually, after we record today, I'm going to his LA cookbook event. If you are interested in getting a book signed by him, like personalized, going to some of the best restaurants, and I say best, I'm not talking about like the finest of dining. I'm talking about like just revered and loved restaurants in certain cities. You can meet up with Noah on one of his cities on his 21 city cookbook tour. He's going to be on the Today Show. But he is so loved by his peers. He teamed up with a lot of revered and loved chefs at their restaurants around the country. And so chances are he's coming to a city near you. You buy a ticket. The ticket includes the book, a signed book, a delicious bite from the cookbook and that restaurant. And there's usually a delicious drink sponsor. So come on out. Tickets or just go to Noah's Instagram. It's at Galuten, Galuten.
Go to noahgaluten.com. He has a section on his website.
NoahGaluten.com or his Instagram at Galuten has the link. Either way, it's also you can just Google these keywords and find it. And we will miss him, and my kids' lunches will be worse since he is gone. But I'm working. Oh, here's some carrots.
But they love carrots, we learned. So that's okay. They're not mad about it.
They really do. And I don't care. Like, I'm not one of these moms that's like makes a meal out of like, oh, I'm a sloppy mom, or I didn't make a perfect bento. I don't care. And nobody cares.
No.
Guess what? Cooking is personal fulfillment. Your kids don't care. Other parents don't care. They're getting nutrified. They're getting the nutrition that they need. My daughter knows what protein is. They know what vegetables are. And some nights it's just going to be, it's whatever. I don't care if the nanny makes them dinner and I just hang out with them. Like, my love is not measured by how I provide for them in a culinary way. So lots of fruit at bedtime, then brush teeth, then more fruit, then brush teeth again.
Okay, let's answer questions. Yeah.
Oh my God. People love the banter.
I know they do. But last week we did all food questions. So
Fair. So no more food.
No more food. What else do you want to talk about? Okay. Get skinny. Get the skinny from the people.
I think it's really funny how people get so upset at like celebrities who were like a little bit bigger that took Ozempic and now are thin. They're like, I thought they were body positive. I'm like, yeah, they were body positive when they were positive that they could do nothing about their body. And then they could. Like, why would you carry extra weight in a society that demands you lose it if you didn't have to? I just think that's a weird thing to ask people to atone for, like being positive and being happy with the cards that they were dealt. And then when they could change it, like, how come? That's like saying, like, I'm so proud of the way that I'm able to budget. And then you win the lottery. They're like, wow, you weren't proud to be poor before? Like, so what? Right?
I really like the Kumail Nanjiani joke where he said he's like the first person in history to be bullied for getting fit. Because remember, he got super shredded for a Marvel movie and everybody was like, what did you do, you loser? You got ripped. Like, he's the only person who ever.
That's because his fans are dorks too and they're jealous. That's the same people that are mad that like Jonah Hill lost weight. It's an extended cousin of the same kind of people who don't like me or who don't like Matt Rife. Like, people cannot handle when someone is two things at once, especially when they were told that they could not be that. That's why it's always like pretty and funny. It's like, I don't know who told you that like that didn't exist, but like Lucille Ball existed before all of us. Like this like sophomoric high school stereotype idea of like, if you're intelligent, you must be hideous. It's just like, who's proving that? So many people disprove that.
I want all of us, we need to talk about Lucille Ball more. Like, as a society, I know she got that movie, Being the Ricardos. I want to talk about her more and that she pioneered camera techniques. Like, she had her own studio. She was a businesswoman and the greatest.
And not the first woman to date a man who was beneath her.
No, you know what?
Just because he was hot.
He was hot. Desi was hot and he sucked and she knew he sucked. And she's like, I'm building a business. I have my hot, volatile husband.
I'm going to include him. You see it all the time with successful women who are like mega famous, who are like, well, I can't get my intellectual equal because they're intimidated by me. So I'll just go with a hot guy who's not as smart as me. You see it all the time with like pop stars. They just like date whoever. It's really hard if you're a woman. Like, I think about women who are stunning and how hard that has to, if you're Angelina Jolie, you're Charlize Theron, you're like these women who are like specimens of beauty. No man can compete. Like, there's no one. You're too beautiful. and smart.
I told you my Charlize Theron story about when I was in
Is it a fantasy or a story? Like it happened?
It happened. And it fits into this exactly. I was at the ArcLight in Hollywood waiting in line for snacks. And in front of me was an ugly old man and the hottest woman I'd ever seen. And I was like, oh God. And it was LA. So I was like, oh. And then I was like, is that man Sean Penn? That's Charlize. It was when they were together. But to see Sean Penn and Charlize Theron together, I was like, what's happening? What is happening in this world? Because she's out of this world stunning.
When you're a gorgeous woman, you just kind of have to get used to the idea of like falling in love with a personality. Like, I don't care how handsome you think Joe DiMaggio was. Like, no one was as pretty as Marilyn Monroe.
No.
So you just gotta like, and she was also an artist and intelligent. Like, people cannot handle when someone is more than one thing or better than them. And so I don't remember what we were talking about, but if you are a celebrity that was like always like liked because you were overweight and therefore not a threat, and then you lost some weight, number one, I hope you can keep it off because these shots are not an answer to your prayers unless you have healthy systems in place. But two, fucking let them lose the weight. And then you'll see if it was always if being fat was the key to your success or if you're actually talented. But this thing where people get mad that people lost weight and then you're like, how come you were so proud before? Like, yeah, you can be proud of your body in every stage or not, or pretend you are. And that's fine too.
Do you remember that guy?
Like, who is keeping track of this?
Remember who wrote that essay and he got flamed? It was like, I love my curvy wife. Do you remember this part of the internet?
I remember that. It's like, to me, that's also guys who like I'm a bigger feminist than my wife. Like
everybody was like, why is this even your story to tell? Like, what do you even do? You can't write a story about that.
Also, men love curvy women.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between like the internet will tell you that if you're 135 pounds that you're curvy, but I don't know. And everyone's like, well, who cares what men want? It's like, let's not pretend that beauty is not inexorably tied to what men find attractive. And by what men find attractive, I mean what gay men decided fashion should be, which is what trickles down to what heterosexual men want. Not always, but I digress. I guess at the end of the day, fucking take your GLP-1s, do your meal preps, lift your weights, do what makes you feel good. If it makes you feel any better, I weigh, as per my last weigh-in, but not since my colonoscopy, like 128 pounds. And I still feel gigantic and unacceptable when I put on clothes because I can never find a bra that fits right. And all pants are forever like a little tight on my thighs at 128 pounds. And I work out most days a week. So just know it never ends.
Did they get a lot out of you? You got a lot of polyps in there? Is that
no,
personal?
I had red hot update. Red hot update. I'm fine.
Okay.
Micro polyp, like the size of a pinhead, but my doctor's brilliant. Caught it, took it to the lab, no big deal.
Okay.
She was like, you don't have to come back for 10 years. I was like, I feel like that's not true.
Mm.
Like, I definitely have to come back sooner. Still thinking about that propofol buzz.
You're just please, do you guys want to check again?
But I will tell you, I was like, I just feel like my stomach has been weird all year. Maybe it's stress. Maybe it's from getting like food poisoning twice and still not throwing up and still eating. She was like, sometimes a colonoscopy like resets everything.
Yeah.
And I think it did. Like, I'm not here to brag about having had two of the world's most beautiful looking poops. Absolutely beautiful. This is my Donald Trump. And they're great. They're the best poops. But I was like, these are like museum quality. So.
Well, let's do the questions.
Of all the times for you to not come in quickly.
I mean, I just kept thinking about, wasn't it Oprah who introduced that scale to us? I'm sure it was from a doctor when she was like, it should look like a brown banana.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of accounts I get served that are like, if it looks like, it's like an AI woman being like, if your poop looks like this.
Why are you I'm not being served any videos of that.
Oh my God, can I tell you? So I take Instagram off my phone, but then because I'm a genius, I'm like, you know what? I'm still going to find a way to hurt myself. I'll scroll YouTube shorts, which are horrible. It is horrible content. It is dumb content. It's a lot of ads and a lot of AI, but it's something to look at as like that digital cigarette, but it's very, very bad. YouTube does a very bad job. Okay. And before we get started, we have a lot of really fun questions on today's episode. And I know you're out there. I know you're listening. And I know you're thinking like, I have a question, but it's probably too stupid. I don't want to write it in. You absolutely should. because we have really formed a community and answered some of life's biggest conundrums on here. And it's very easy to send in your questions. You can email them, which means you have all the freedom to write as much as you want.
But don't.
At askelizapodcast@gmail.com, but don't, please edit it. Or you can do our Patreon, and we do try to prioritize those. Send them in because we're getting a lot of new fans and followers. So just know you are welcome here. We do not discriminate based on we don't like the content of it. It's not like I don't look at them and think like this won't be fun. I try to think about, does this help the person to answer it? And would people like to hear it? So even if it's uncomfortable, we're still going to answer it. Come one, come all.
Well, and
Bring us your huddled.
if you post your question on the Patreon, sometimes other people will weigh in because they've been through the exact same thing and they'll reply to you as well. So, before we get to you.
None of them are certified like I am, maybe certifiable. None of them have gone through my training, my technique.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot of good questions today. And Emily's raring to go.
Yeah, because they're good.
So let's go. I'm ready.
Okay. Hi, Iliza, Emily, and gang. I've been a listener since day one and finally have a question of my own that I think is worth reading out.
And you probably had more before and you're like, I can't do it. That's what, 8 years
Yeah.
of holding it in?
Yeah. Next week is 400. My best friend, Ricky, recently got a phone call from her mom, Tracy, after the passing of her grandmother, Tracy's mom. While going through her mother's belongings, Tracy found a note hidden in the back of a closet. It seemed like something her mother intentionally left for only Tracy to find after she died. In the note, her mother revealed that when she was 18 years old, she was raped by her own father and became pregnant with twins. She wrote that the babies were taken from her at the hospital and adopted out and that nobody in the family ever knew. Tracy is completely devastated and doesn't know what to do with this information while also grieving the loss of her mom. She has a younger brother and 2 younger sisters, but the sisters are estranged and there's already a lot of family tension and conflict. She's torn between wanting to honor her mother's secret and wondering whether the family and possibly the twins, if they are still alive, deserve to know the truth. Ricky feels helpless watching her mom carry something this huge on top of losing her mother, and she doesn't know how best to support her through it. How do you process something this enormous after someone has passed away? Should Tracy tell her siblings? Should she try to search for the twins, or is it better to leave the past where it is?
Wait, who's Ricky then?
So our question asker is Ruby from Down Under, Australia. Her best friend is Ricky. Tracy is Ricky's
She's watching
mother.
Tracy, the mom, and the grandma died, right?
And the grandmother passed.
First of all, my hot take is that Tracy is one of the twins. And the mom's like, oh, but I gave them away. What if Tracy has a sister out there? And that's what the mom didn't want to tell. That's not what's happening. But what if she's one of those twins? That would be really fucked up. It's also odd to me that the mom left it in the back of a closet. Like, if you wanted her to know this postmortem, like, you could have just left it on the dresser because you knew you were going to die that day.
I wonder if she wrote it not specifically for Tracy to find, but just to get it out there. And if someone reads it, they read it. And if they don't, they don't. So I wouldn't put this on Tracy.
Here's what I think. Tracy's dead. Ricky's not.
Tracy's alive.
Tracy's alive. Grandma's not.
Yeah.
This is not about Ricky. Tracy's alive. Her mom is not. I think we as the living spend a lot of time thinking about what a dead person would want. They're gone. They are off to a better place. This world was a temporary stop in a much bigger astrophysical plan, whatever. The question, Tracy absolutely, if she wants to, should find those sisters, and those women deserve to know, because chances are those women grew up with like some weird health things because they were like ancestrally bred. And wouldn't it be great to know if you'd never taken a blood test?
Would you want to know?
Yeah, of course you want to know.
I mean, it's been, let's say, 60 years. Would you want to know you were the child of sexual assault and incest? I don't know.
It's interesting to me that Ruby's writing in because it has zero to do with her and it barely has anything to do with Ricky. It's all up to Tracy.
So Ricky's her best friend, and I think Ricky right now is consumed with her mother's pain. So Ruby's like, what do we do? All of us now, this is a trickle down, like economics,
all
trickle down.
All Ruby can do is be there for Ricky, and all Ricky can do is be there for Tracy.
Yeah.
And whatever Tracy decides to do. And you can't really tell her, but like, it's just like, Mom, if you want to help track down these girls, I will help you. If you don't, I'll support it. But also, that's so awful that her mom carried that secret. But I guess the beautiful side is like your mom kept in this thing to try to protect you and hopefully raised you well. And that was what a gift to give your child that like you were suffering, but you tried to normalize her childhood and it wasn't her fault. So hopefully generationally, Tracy digests this as like, it's not something wrong that my mom did. And that's really fucked up, but there's not much to do other than be kind.
Yeah, I think if I'm Tracy, this note is not giving Tracy a task to do. This note is the mother sharing something that she felt she could never share in life. And I don't think that gives Tracy an assignment. I think Tracy can sit with it and go, wow, like my mom went through this and now I'm kind of dealing with that. But clearly she had a great time with Tracy, you know, like she had good kids, she had great grandkids, and I don't think she has to do anything.
That's tough too, because it's none of the relatives that you know. And it's like, it's not really up for you to like tell the other. That's really, the answer is there's nothing to do. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is nothing. But if I were Tracy, I'd be like, as a hobby, I'm going to track down these two kids and be like, guess what? Your granddad is your dad.
I think knowing your siblings also, Tracy knowing her siblings, like, are they people who would take in this information and feel maybe closer to the mother? Like, this is something she carried. There's this burden. She's unburdened herself. I'm relieved she got that opportunity. Or are they people that would hear it and go, oh God, oh, well, now I got to do something, like, because you're having issues with the siblings. They might not be a safe place to turn to and tell this to, because they're not going to take in that info.
But the ultimate guilt trip, like, you were so mean to mom, and guess what? She was raped.
Yeah.
And that's why she was always weird around water. And you had a big fucking attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to stick it to the siblings, be like, well, guess what? Our mom was sexually assaulted and you were always a dick to her. Steve.
The ultimate guilt trip.
Have you seen those two Australian brothers? One's gay and one's straight, and one just like flips out anytime anything goes wrong.
Yes.
I'm sure it's staged. He's like, you drank all the milk. What are you, a fucking baby cow?
Yes.
Do you not record me?
Yes.
Like, there's just no way that's real, but it's drink all the milk.
I think he is. I think he genuinely, he's like someone who gets mad at things and now they're like, let's play it up. That's like we've talked about when somebody becomes known for something on social media and they're like, let me do it 10 more times.
Yeah, you got to keep doing it. Yeah, there's no way they're secretly still recording you have a meltdown every other day. Like, there's like this Brazilian guy who's super gay, and his like grandma, he like eats around her, and he'll be like, what's her name? Like Tia, like, Sophia. And he like has like an orgasm while he's eating. He's like, it's the cafe. And she's just like, shut up in Portuguese. They're just yelling at each other in Portuguese. It's great. It's great. He gets so into it, and she has like no teeth, and she's just yelling at him to like shut up. She's probably calling him the F word, and he's just like, but she like signs up to do them.
Well, this is the thing.
It's just him like centrally drinking Nescafe.
Other people's family drama is very interesting. If I'm not in that house where the screaming's happening, I'm having a great time.
Oh, it's great. That being said, I was in a family home once where someone in my family like lost their mind. And I was like, this is horrible. Like, I don't know how people function if you have like dysfunctional parents, like a dad yelling all the time, like your nerves would be shot for life.
Yeah. It's a very specific.
I yell at my kids. Oh, well. And it's going to happen a lot more now that daddy's gone.
I know. You got to lay down the law. Do they respect you as the like authoritarian? The same as Noah or differently?
They do. I think because I'm fun,
yeah.
When I do get mad, it's like, uh-oh. Like, I'd better listen because I take very few things seriously.
Yeah.
But like when you count to 3 and you get to 3 and they still don't move, you're like, fuck.
Right.
I guess I have to hit you now.
Now we fist fight. Get in the ring. What do we do?
Oh boy. You're like, am I damaging you? Like, is this like upsetting your nervous system?
Well,
I don't know. You won't know till later.
And sometimes as a kid, like if we would get sent to our room before phones were a big thing, it's like, great, I'll go read a book in there and get away from all of you.
I wish you would.
Yeah.
I wish you would go read a book and give me a break.
But I was just so, I think performatives may be harsh to myself. But if I was in trouble, I'm like, I need everyone to know how sad I am about this. So I'd just be by the door like, like,
oh yeah.
I could go read a book.
Oh, that's the one thing. I turn into a Texas mom, Cyril cry. I'll be like, you're allowed to be upset. You cannot come out. And I'm always like, you're fine. I always sound like I am a Texas sheriff arresting a drug addict. Like she's crying and I'm like, you're fine.
Right.
No one is hurting you. You're fine. I need your other hand. You are fine.
You're getting it on the body cam. You're repeating. Everything's fine. No one's hurt.
You're fine. You are allowed to be upset. This is what's happening. That does not change. I need you to put on your shoes.
Yeah.
You are fine.
Oh, I hate how I sound. I become the teacher I hated. I become the reason I became a comic.
And now you
Is someone
realize
just not offering answers. Now we know.
why they had to, because they couldn't hit you.
When they were little, she would fake cry and Myrna would be like, show me the tear. Like, meaning like there's no tear. It's not real. And to this day, I'm like, show me the tear. And you could have tears and still not be upset.
Oh, yeah.
I looked around my house and I was like, it is time to replace this junk furniture with items that will last, that are of quality, that look of quality. And that is why I love Article. They have such beautiful pieces and they come in such beautiful neutral colors that whatever you order from Article is guaranteed to blend in with the decor of your house. I like to think of myself as Scandi inspired, but really it's just a lot of light browns. That's why I love Article's furniture and I love their office furniture. They have this Marin 32-inch shelving unit. It comes in natural oak. It's got rounded edges. It has 5 stories, we'll call it, to fit all of my books and little doodads from all my trips. It comes in beautiful shades and it fits so seamlessly into any home. And Article doesn't just do office furniture. They have patio furniture, bedroom furniture, coffee, side tables, outdoor sets, planters, umbrella stands. Whatever it is your home needs, Article has it. They offer a curated range. This is not like some rummage sale of mid-century modern, coastal, and Scandi-inspired pieces. Article takes a lot of care in curating its collection, focusing solely on high-quality, meaningful pieces. It's meticulously packaged. The weight of the product is the difference. When you hold Article furniture, it feels substantial. Article offers fast, affordable shipping across the U.S. and Canada. And they have options for professional assembly if you want a hands-off experience. That's right. Sip that drink, watch someone put it together. If you have questions or need help, Article's customer care is available 7 days a week. And with Article's 30-day satisfaction guarantee, you can shop the pieces you love, put them in your home, live with them, see how you feel. But you're going to love them. Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim, visit article.com/Iliza, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/Iliza for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. I have learned that if a task, even if it's a task that's designed to help me feel better, right? Eating a complex, healthy breakfast, a complicated workout routine, if it's too much, it's usually the first thing that I get rid of. When you wake up, you want to get your day started, and we should always make time to eat healthy, but why can't it be quick and simple? Well, it kind of can with Grunes. Grunes survives every chaotic stretch in my life because it's literally one daily pack of, I will say it, delicious gummies. There's no bottles to track, no powders, no pills. It's just a little pouch with these delicious dark green gummy bears. It is a daily pack of gummies because you can't fit the amount of nutrients Grunes does into just one gummy. It'd be a big gummy. So it's kind of like having a little fun treat. They're vegan, nut-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, no artificial colors or flavors. I don't have time to take a bunch of generic multivitamins that only contain around, 7 to 9 vitamins. Grunes has 20 plus vitamins and minerals and 60 ingredients, which include nutrient-dense and whole foods. They come in a low sugar or sugar-free option, and it has 6 grams of prebiotic fiber, which is so good for your gut. That's 3 times the amount of dietary fiber compared to the leading greens powders. Grunes ingredients have gut health, beauty, energy, immunity, recovery, cognition benefits, and so much more. Plus, Grunes ingredients are backed by over 35,000 research publications. Save up to 52% off with code Iliza at grunes.co. That's code Iliza at gruns.co. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. For some people, summer is their favorite season. There's so much going on. There's festivals, there's travel, there's summer, the kids are out of school, and there's adventure to be had, right? But for others, juggling all of that can be tough. And the truth is, it's not a summer vacation when you're an adult. You still have work. Maybe you have your kids. Maybe you have the stress of planning travel. Maybe the heat exacerbates everything. I know in the summer, that's when I start to wind down. But even winding down gives me stress because I always feel like I could be more productive. I should be seeing more people. I should be doing better and cooler stuff. It is very hard for me to relax. And that is why I talk to a therapist. And that is why I want you to talk to someone at BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a therapy service we have been talking about for years on this podcast, and With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally. And it works. I recommend BetterHelp to my friends, my family. With an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 stars for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews, you know you're going to find someone to help you at BetterHelp. And I know because it's online, you might have questions, but BetterHelp therapists are at an elite tier, and they work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S. That's right. No more schlepping across town, testing out people, right? Therapy can always feel like a weird first date. May as well do it online. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. You fill out a short questionnaire to identify your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will get you matched with a therapist that's right for you. And if you're not happy with your match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time. You don't have to say yes to everything this summer. Find support in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/Iliza. That's betterhelp.com/Iliza.
Okay, we got an email, Dear AIE crew, hoping you can help out with yet another mother-in-law dilemma. I, female 35,
Oh, I love it. I write down.
have been with my fiance, male 39, for almost 5 years. Since the very beginning, I have had a strained relationship with his mother. She often oversteps or disrespects boundaries, even when they are firmly established, and never takes accountability for her decisions, which almost always have an impact on those around her. My fiance and I have a 15-month-old daughter. Since our daughter was born, she's made little to no effort to have a relationship with her, showing up to the hospital for all of 15 minutes before leaving, being in and out of two for the first several months of her life. Being in and out of two. Yeah, being in and out for the first several months. Since then, she has seen her at holidays or family gatherings, but has not asked to visit or asked how she's doing otherwise. She did offer to babysit her when I went back to work after maternity leave, but after several instances of her being careless, I kindly declined her offer, said thank you, told her we had already made arrangements for childcare. Recently, my fiance was doing bath time and decided to FaceTime his mom. As a side note, this is the first time he has ever done this unprompted. Any other time, I have been the one to suggest he reach out to his mom to facilitate interactions between her and her daughter. During the conversation, I overheard her make comments like, she hardly even knows me and I could be watching her. To my fiance's credit, he redirected each time by reminding her she can always FaceTime or ask for a visit. I've also reminded her of these things. While I don't go out of my way to be around her, I would never deny her an opportunity to see her granddaughter. I've explicitly stated to her, anytime you want to see her, let me know. I don't have this problem with my family. My mom and dad are constantly asking about her, calling to check up, asking to go over and visit. I feel like this has led to jealousy with my fiance's mom, but whose fault is that? So here's my question.
Yeah.
Whose responsibility or obligation is it to maintain the relationship between my daughter and her grandmother? I feel strongly it's up to her and have not gone out of my way to offer visits or share info unless she asks. I do send pictures to her here and there through a family group chat. Thanks in advance, A. Whose problem is this?
She doesn't really want to do it.
No.
She doesn't really want to do it. She wants to have done it. And it's you're not really sending her pictures because it's a group chat, right? So you have to like hear all the other grandparents. So it's not personal. And the anytime you want, let us know is up there with like, let me know when you have shows. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. If you want to come see a show, send me a text when you see it. I'm not going to do that. It's a floppy invitation. And the reason you're not inviting her is because you perceived her to have little to no interest in the beginning. And then when you did let her watch the baby, you perceived her to do a few things that were careless. Your parents are going to do some careless things. They have not been parents to small children in a very long time. The question is, was it dangerous or was it just not the way you would do it? For example, when someone was little, my dad, I think Sierra, put her down for a nap. And I was like, and she has like a bottle of milk. And then he comes out of the room 10 minutes later, which is very short. And I was like, where's the bottle? He's like, I left it with her. She's sleeping with it. I was like, no, you don't leave the bottle in the crib. She's a brand new baby. You have to hold it. You can't leave it in there, you know? And that's because he didn't really want to hold it. Like, that's boring.
Yeah.
Like, there's boring parent stuff and there's stuff that we as parents want. We want grandparents to help us with the hard stuff. And they're like, oh, I already did that. I'm just here for Christmas. So I think it's a weird combination of you kind of being like, I don't think you're that. It's weird. There's this joke about two Jews, which is like two Jews are at a buffet and one Jew says to one guy, the food is so bad. And the other Jew goes, yeah, in such small portions. I hate the joke. It proves a stereotype, but you're saying, I don't trust you with my daughter. And at the same time, I'm annoyed that you don't want to spend more time with her, even though I don't trust you. So which is it?
At this point, I think both our question asker A and grandma are just doing whatever they can to be socially acceptable, right? So that it can't be turned on them. Maintenance, exactly. But I think either grandma can ask, hey, can I take the kid? I mean, the same thing happened with my grandma.
She's not going to.
My grandma would always call. My mom was just telling me this other day that when we were teens, we would like sleep in really late. So my grandma would call my mom at 8 a.m. like, oh, can I come over right now and take the girls out for a movie? And my mom's like, no, they're asleep. She's like, oh, well, I tried. You know, like that was her little thing.
I think it's like, again, you want to have done it, not to do it.
Yes.
And you're not, it's like there was an imperceived indiscretion. So it's like you came late, you didn't care. Did she come late because she was late? Was she trying to give you time? I mean, I know you have a baby. You probably don't want a billion people in there. You know, there could be a reason. Did you ever ask? We don't know. But okay, let's say she didn't care, which I doubt it. Then you let her watch the baby. She didn't support the baby's neck. She didn't do whatever. And so in her mind, it is, they don't want me there. And you don't want her there because you felt resistance at the beginning. So it seems like a lack of communication and no one saying what they feel. So I think, and it sucks too, that you have to be like, hey, to your husband, call your mom. Like she probably doesn't see all that. I think you give it another chance. That way, at least you are crystal clear on where you stand. You call her, hey, I know it's important to you to see the kids. I heard on FaceTime, you were saying the baby doesn't even know you. And I hear you, would love to schedule a time for you to come over and spend some time. In fact, this Sunday, I've got some work around the house if you want to like have a tea party with her or something. Something that suggests like, I'm not leaving them totally with you, but come over. Leave that door open. If she's like, well, I can't this weekend, be like, great. And then you're just like, let us know because we'd love to have you over with them more.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Then it's on her. I'm very clear. Like I gave my mother-in-law a key to our house. She doesn't even have to, I was like, you never have to call when you want to come over. Because I know she's always coming over with something fun to help out. I know her intention.
Yeah.
Not all mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws are like that. I totally get it. But like the level of communication was set.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I think you guys are on two different planes. Because it's like, you don't trust her and you want her to come over more. And you're kind of like, then do it. Like it's like, there's a deliciousness and like, and she doesn't even ask. So call her out on it in a loving way. Would you like her to come over more? Or do you kind of not like this woman? Or are you just more aghast that a grandma is only saying she wants to be involved and isn't doing it?
I would be annoyed. I would be so annoyed by hearing her talk to the husband like, what? And it's also like, yeah, she's saying, our question asker is like, I have to remind the husband to call her. This is the first time he's ever just called her unprompted. I think it's either she's arranging it, grandma, or husband can arrange it and have her over when he's around. Like, I don't think it's just up to you to facilitate a relationship with his mother when you facilitate a great relationship for the kids with your parents.
It's not. And quite frankly, I think it's a discussion you need to have with your husband because he obviously doesn't care. Or you could just say it with the two of them there. That way, everyone knows where you stand. Jean, we would love it if you come over more. I am fine with that. I don't want to be the one to facilitate it because really, if this is your son, but anything you guys want to set up with me is great. Like remove yourself from that. That way she's just flapping in the wind with her own excuses.
Yeah.
And she sees that you are not the reason that she is like distant from the family. Like plant that flag firmly. Move on from there. That way you can wash your hands of it. Great. You want to come over? Great. I'll be here. And he can set it up. Or you set it up. But it just needs to be clear that you're not the reason. Because this is starting to sound like, and she doesn't let me come over when it's really the husband's fault. So just make your intentions clear. That's my advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't be left with your proverbial wife dick in your hand. Don't be standing there with that dick in your hand with the kids around.
Ugh. Ugh. Okay, we have a couple little updates and
We haven't had one in a while.
well, I try to collect them into a little thing so I don't interrupt our flow, but we have a couple going. And number one,
Red hot update.
from our episode Ask Andy Gump, where someone wrote in and said that they had a dream that they were scared to tell people because what if it doesn't go true? And we're like, what's your dream? What is your plan? The dream is to become a mobile dog groomer. And this person has already been in the industry for 2 years in brick and mortar salons. So yes, go for your dream and tell people. That's fine. We were like, are you going to space?
Right. Well, we thought when he said, should I tell people my dream? We were like, not if it's like a weird one.
Yeah.
Nobody really wants to hear your dream. We're like, oh, you meant like an actual ambition.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. We have another update. And these are all from our Patreon.
Great. So what's the update?
So the update was we were like, what's your career? Mobile dog
it was
groomer.
become a mobile dog groomer.
So yes, do that. Our next update, it is from the episode It's Your Second Mouth. I wrote in about the 5-year-long relationship that broke off due to him not wanting to get married ever, and it had ended amicably. Fast forward to now, he got married in March.
Oh,
Which I think we've said on the podcast before, Iliza, you've definitely said like he's going to marry someone else. If not to this question, to others. But our question asker continues, thanks to social media's suggested friend feature, I found out that the two-faced, lying, cheating asshole got married. One of my coworkers found their wedding website and their story. They met in 2022. Keep in mind, we had been dating from February of 2020 through December of 2024. Went on a few dates, but then she went overseas for her master's. I'm going to guess she was back stateside around late summer 2024 based on how he was acting. He broke up with me in December. She was moving in within months. Their story made him out to be this adventurous guy who loves to be outside and travel. Meanwhile, it was like pulling teeth to get him to do anything. He claimed he works outside for a living and travels only during certain times of the year, so he just doesn't want to. At first, I felt dumb and like one of those women. I would be like, how did you not see that coming? But after shocking my friends and family with the news, none of them saw it coming either. They all felt he was a two-faced psychopath. Anyway, I'm pissed, but I'm so glad I missed that bullet long term. May they both get what's coming to them. This goes back to you. If he wanted to, he would. And he wanted to for this woman. So he was tired from going on adventures. He couldn't climb a mountain with you. He did it last weekend with this girl.
Yeah. I mean, you're in it, you love this person, and you think, okay, they're just a curmudgeon, they're just tired. Men will do pretty much anything for a girl that they want to impress or a girl that they like. And there is that fine line of like, yeah, he doesn't know what jujitsu is. He's never going to do it. And then someone that's like, that would try it for someone else, especially when it's met with hostility. I think if someone loves you, they're like, yeah, I'll try Zumba, but I don't love it. Versus like, you know what? I dance all day. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good thing you broke up with him. I dated that psychopath.
Yeah.
Nobody saw it coming until my mom did. But prior to that, it seemed all normal. Like it just sounded like you were in a relationship. I don't remember. You're probably right in asking to break up with him.
I think it was just, they were like on and off, but putting it in his story, in his wedding love story, like, oh, we've been together since then. When that overlaps with time that you were going out with him, the gall.
You know what? There's part of me that's like, there's a part of me because it just feels so unfair. You want to write her an email and be like, I was suggested your thing. I just want you to know. Here are pictures of us together.
For some reason, usually I'm always like, warn the woman. In this instance, I feel kind of like this woman. Like,
why do we feel the opposite?
I don't know.
Why do we feel the opposite on this? Because I'm always like, you know what? She made her bed.
I know.
Part of me is like, either she was in on it and she knew, which is going to be awful. If she knew.
I don't know. Does it look
a friend in common?
Yeah. Like, is there someone else the info could go? Because I'm wondering, I just don't want our question asker to look like they're doing it out of spite because they would be.
Okay, here's the psycho thing you can do as a hobby.
Yeah.
After like not a glass of wine, but maybe like a really fun non-alcoholic cocktail. Can you dig into her feed and see her pictures during the time you were dating him? Because her pictures will definitely show him if she didn't know he had someone, or it'll be cropped out, or it'll be like Hawaiian vacay. And you're like, really, who took the picture? Like look for him in like the reflection of a glass or something. And if you can conclude that she was totally alone during this time.
Yeah.
That she wasn't with him, rather.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say? Like, if you can conclude that how would you know that she even knew about
I guess
you?
the angle is like seeing their wedding story on their site, but you had to dig that up. Seeing your wedding story on their site and seeing it started in 2022 and you were dating him actively. Maybe that's the method. Could you do?
But I'm saying, what if the girl knew? Which, I mean, makes her a piece of shit, sort of. It's really more him. Like, what if she's like, yeah, I knew he had a girlfriend. I didn't care. He said you guys were breaking up.
That's probably what it is.
You usually don't find women or people that are like, I know he has a live-in girlfriend that he fucks.
No, it's like, yeah, he said he had been seeing someone, but it was on and off and you guys were off. And
yeah, he definitely did that at the very least, unless he just completely lied.
Well, you did dodge a bullet.
You're not asking us what to do. She's just giving us an update.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. This feels like she doesn't, neither of them deserve that like rosy colored, here's how we met. Yeah. If you can offload this info onto a third party that she somehow knows, it could get back to her.
Saw on the wedding site.
That'd be great.
Yeah. But good work. That guy sucks.
Oh, maybe you could get them the gift of like BetterHelp for a registry. Be like, you're going to need it when I tell you that we were living together when you guys met.
And our next red hot actually has a question at the end, so we can answer it. But the beginning of the update. Wrote back before Christmas about being early in pregnancy and trying to get through Christmas parties without drinking and avoiding the typical, what, are you pregnant? questions. I made it through without anyone finding out, but I did have a few relatives ask, why? Are you pregnant? When I refused wine at family functions, I would say,
I would never ask that. It would never occur to me. I'd be like, okay, more for me.
Yeah. I would say, no, just not drinking right now. And they would still pour me a drink. Also rude. What if you had a problem with alcohol? There were a lot of fake
sips. Also, who wants to waste box wine like that?
A lot of fake sips and spitting wine out in the sink at these parties. But most people weren't suspicious at all, like Iliza said. But you had to go and do fake sips and spit? Like, what is wrong with people?
You also could have.
You don't want any?
You could have swallowed it.
Here's some wine.
You could have swallowed it. You could have swallowed it.
I'd be mad. I wouldn't out of spite.
Like I said, nobody cared.
Nobody cared. Now I'm 30 weeks pregnant, starting to attend baby showers for my fellow pregnant friends. I have a question for Iliza. I've done so much research and relished in the baby item shopping. Is it wrong for me to buy my friends something I've purchased for myself and I think they could use? Or should I just stick to their baby registries? So it sounds like these items are not on the registry, right? So example would be postpartum care products I've researched, baby diaper rash cream. But this is stuff she's researched, not stuff she's used. She hasn't had the baby yet. Is that more of a preference thing and I should stay in registry guidelines, or is it okay for me to go rogue? Appreciate your advice and knowledge as always. Love. Ania from Canada.
I think the only reason it's a little weird to go rogue is simply because you haven't used it yet.
Yeah.
Because you could have a baby who has a weird reaction to like that really expensive French diaper cream and you're like, this was expensive and it was dumb. The postpartum thing is tough because if your friend ends up having a C-section, then that $100 kit for your vagina is just garbage. Like you just don't know until you go. You also are kind of if you've never had a baby, people can tell you, but like you're kind of guessing about what you'll need and you load up on stuff and you're like, cool, I guess I'm just going to hold on to this high chair for 16 months. And it'll just like be stored in the corner of our apartment. I think people end up giving you a lot of stuff that you just don't need for like a year. So unless it's a product that you, like if you've had kids and you're like, the best thing to do is be like, our kids loved this item. I can get rid of it and I can pass it on to you. Here you go. I mean, really what people need is money and endless diapers. And so it's tough because it's like, yeah, they're going to end up getting dumb things just like people who get married do, like a cashmere baby Bjorn.
Mm-hmm.
Like things that you will always need, a diaper pail, a changing table, a crib.
But Iliza, should you go off registry and buy them those things if they have a registry?
No, because chances are she did the research she wanted and she already know. I mean, they're all fine. It doesn't matter. So I would, if you want to buy them an additional thing, but since none of you have had the babies yet, I would not get them any products that you haven't personally tested simply because you don't know.
Yeah.
Like Ethan has like little baby eczema on his arms. So it doesn't matter what wash we use. Like we have to buy like La Roche-Posay and that is expensive and it still doesn't work.
Oh.
So it's like little bumpy baby skin. Like a baby humidifier. We've never used it for Sierra, barely, like things that you think you're going to need.
Yeah. But
things that all parents use that your kid just doesn't, so.
that kind of research can be really satisfying, though. I love doing research on weird little tech things. So I get why this question asker is like pumped and on it, but use all that for yourself. And then, give it as extra gifts. But don't go off registry if they're like, we want this. And you're like, here's some cream for the baby's butt. It's like, this isn't the party vibe
Also,
we were going for.
If they're really rich, it's different because they can probably buy it. But like, especially if they like have a budget or they're not making a ton and you get them something they don't need, they're like, cool, that's not what I asked for. Once you have your baby and you've used something and you're like, this is a lifesaver, then it's a kind thing to do. But even then they might be like, okay, well, our kid won't sit in a high chair, never could. They've got to sit. Like, those high chairs that like not screw on a table, but fasten onto a table. So the baby's like hanging off the edge.
Oh yeah. Like
we have a live edge
bed. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a live edge table. So it won't fit on ours and it never worked. So that was a waste. You just don't fucking know.
You do have a very large live edge table.
We were given so many baby swaddles. So many went unwrapped that I just regifted.
Wrap that baby up.
Wrap it up, but you only need so many. So many blankets. Ethan won't put a blanket on. This kid's never had a blanket touch his body. He refuses.
What?
There's so many personalized. Ethan, baby boy, born 2/23. He's like, no blanket.
They bother his eczema, his little baby arms.
He sleeps like a prisoner, like just like a cot. Won't touch the animals.
Does he sleep like arms crossed? Like Morticia Adams?
He sleeps with his butt in the air. A lot of babies do.
One weird thing about getting older is that you see trends come and go. And honestly, what makes my head spin are jeans. Because when they were skinny, I couldn't find baggy. And now they're all baggy. You can't get skinny. You can't get high rise anymore. Now all of a sudden, everything is low rise. And I'm like, what about me? I'm a mom. I'd like some high-waisted jeans. They're expensive. Not only expensive, jeans are overpriced. And they come in and out of style so fast, it will make you go broke. That is why I keep coming back to Quince. Quince focuses on high-quality essentials. Think breathable linen, soft organic cottons, washable silks, but without the luxury markup. And when we're talking about jeans, Quince has every style of jean you could want at fractions. I am talking fractions of the prices that you are being charged by some of these designer brands. I was on their site earlier. I got a pair of Maya Rigid Darted barrel jeans, which means that there's a little bit more of a fit, but they still have that wide leg. $60. $60 for high quality jeans. They also have their Bella Stretch barrel jeans. If you want something with a little bit more give, again, $60. Do you like palazzo jeans? Do you like shorts? And do you want your jeans in colors like Atlantic blue, stormy blue, cool blue? What kind of girl are you? Are you a charcoal black, stone wash gray kind of girl? They have every jean you could want, from patches with pocket wide leg jeans to cutoff shorts to flared jeans. Quince has beautiful everyday pieces like 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops with styles starting at $32. What are we even doing spending hundreds of dollars on a pair of jeans that society says we can only wear for 6 months? You want something of quality, you deserve it. Their denim is soft and easy to wear. Everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. And that's because Quince works directly with ethical factories and cuts out the middlemen. You're paying for quality, not brand markup. And it's not just clothing. Quince has become the destination for elevated essentials across home, kitchen, bedding, and so much more. It makes it easy to bring a more premium feel into everyday life. Elevate your summer wardrobe. Go to quince.com/Iliza for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/Iliza for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Iliza. Go get those jeans. Buying quality ingredients can be challenging. Yes, if you are buying meat, you can go to a very expensive, hyper-local butcher, but a lot of people don't have the time, money, or resources to do that. You could also go to the grocery store, and unless you read a label really carefully and you're at the right grocery store, you kind of don't know what's in that meat or what you're getting. And the truth is, buying protein can be challenging when it comes to flavor, quality, and quite frankly, convenience. And that's why I want to tell you about Omaha Steaks. With Omaha Steaks in your freezer, you are always just minutes from a quality dinner. Whether it's Taco Tuesday, Filet Mignon Burger Monday, Sirloin Burgers Sunday, Steak Saturdays, or Fish Fridays, whatever the protein, chicken, pork, seafood, sides, desserts, which is not a protein, I know, but we can count it as such. Omaha Steaks will have you covered. Every purchase is a risk-free win. With Omaha Steaks' 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can order with complete confidence. And especially when you're busy, those perfectly portioned and individually vacuum-sealed items come in so handy. No more last-minute runs to the grocery store or tossing spoiled meat before you can use it. Order from Omaha Steaks, have everything you need, put it in your freezer. It is a chef's secret. Omaha Steaks quality is unmatched with their selection of USDA-certified tender steaks, burgers, chicken, pork, seafood, and more. And they're all frozen at their moment of peak flavor, texture, and quality. Each steak is naturally aged for a minimum of 28 days for maximum tenderness and complex flavor. The beef is grass-fed, grain-finished with rich, juicy flavors in every bite. And it's a family-owned company. Taste the Omaha Steak difference and never settle for grocery store proteins again. Get flavorful, high-quality proteins delivered by visiting omahasteaks.com. Plus, $35 off when you use promo code Iliza at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com. Code Iliza. Terms apply. See site for details. My husband and I have committed to being full, middle-aged, elder millennials, and we purchased an elliptical. Bought a beautiful elliptical. And we got it to the house, and we couldn't get it in the house. Why? Well, the arms needed to come off. So now we have to have engineering degrees to figure out how to partially dismantle an elliptical and fit it in a house, move it into the house, and then reassemble it. So I booked a tasker through the TaskRabbit app. TaskRabbit connects you with skilled taskers in your area for anything from moving, furniture assembly, to home repairs, yard work, mounting, and so much more. We've all been there. You're in your house, you've got something that needs to be assembled, something that needs to be moved, and you just don't have the skill to do it yourself. You can search for a tasker based on cost, skill set, availability, and past client reviews. I know, because you don't want some lunatic coming in your house. So you know exactly who is showing up, and you can have confidence that they know what they're doing. Because taskers have assembled over 3.4 million pieces of furniture, completed 700,000 home repairs, and handled 1.5 million moves and counting, these are the guys for you. We got that elliptical taken apart, reassembled, we got it moved into the gym, we're good to go. And now it's just time to not use it. When life happens, your to-do list grows. Get ahead of it now and get $15 off your first task at taskrabbit.com or on the TaskRabbit app. Use promo code Iliza. Taskers book up fast, especially for same-day tasks, so book trusted home help today. That's $15 off your first task using promo code Iliza with the TaskRabbit app or at taskrabbit.com.
Okay, this question is, I like this kind of drama. Told my mother-in-law I don't want to be her friend. I am 30.
Okay.
I'm 30, female, and been with my partner for 10 years. We have one toddler and a baby on the way. My mother-in-law and I have butted heads a lot over time. So, I mean, she's been with her partner 10 years. So 10 years of butting heads, probably.
Yeah.
She typically has large reactions to things, and sorry is not in her vocabulary. She's honestly a badass bitch, and I do respect her in a lot of ways. However, I don't care to have a relationship with her due to two occasions. At the birth of my daughter, she apparently wanted to hear my daughter's first cries because her only son had a cord wrapped and she didn't get to hear him cry right away.
Aww.
So as I'm pushing my daughter out of my vagina, she's trying to get into the delivery room. I tell the nurses I'm not comfortable with that. While screaming in pain, a mother-in-law ends up cursing everyone out. Staff, my mother, her son, and I, all in the first moments of my daughter's life. But I gotta hear that cry. She also threatened my mother multiple times. Second occasion was our daughter's first Christmas, 10 days later, where mother-in-law threw a fit about not being included in Christmas photos when she was 6 hours late. By 6 hours, why wasn't it over, the party? Both times my partner was amazing in defense and I never had to say a word. Fast forward 2 years later, I've been able to, yeah, for real. Fast forward 2 years, I've been able to stay cordial with her. But this past weekend, she wanted to ride together to an event, and I did not want to share the car with her. Told her we'd meet her there. She was angry and kept pushing for reasoning. I told her smaller, less direct reasons first, and then she said, if we're ever going to bond as a family, I blurted out, I did not want to bond with her or be friends. I did clarify that I want her to have a great relationship with her grandkids, but there was a lot in our past that led to me being hurt. She was livid. It's now 3 days out and I'm a little mortified. What do I do? She doesn't handle any confrontation well. So do I never bring it up and hope it passes? Liza and Emily, please help me.
You have a festering wound that you got to dig out, clean out.
Ugh.
and start over, or it will never heal. There are videos of like horsemen or a cow, and they'll show
when
the
they
cow's
do the
hoof,
foot and
it'll be festering, and they've got to carve out layers. I didn't realize hooves were this thick, layers, and you're like, you're gonna hit his bone, and they carve it out until they get to the festering thing that's like glooping out pus, and then they clean it out. It's so satisfying, and that poor cow's been limping around.
I don't watch the festering
And
ones.
they clean it out.
I just watch the reshoeing ones where they trim the nail. Those are great.
No, it's like festering green goop, and they have to keep digging out layers until they get to the wound that's deep under it. That's what's happening here. And you know what? That's not a tenable way to have a relationship. If you've had multiple like points of inflection, like multiple blowouts that have made you feel uncomfortable and that were out of bounds, you cannot people can't do it with their own moms. So you cannot simply be like, you know what? Let's just be cordial. You cannot say, let's just be a family. I want you to have a great bond with her. You need to express yourself. You need to tell her your actions in the past were so wild that I'm unsure of how to be around you. Give this woman the opportunity to be like, I hear what you're saying. At least get to a place where she's like, yeah, I'm a little hot-headed, but I love you kids so much, or just like, you need to air it out, because right now you're just running off of like old hurt feelings, which are totally valid. And she doesn't know any of it. So she's like, what the hell is this girl's problem?
I would have a very hard time moving past her in the first moments of my child's life, trying to fight her way in, screaming, cursing at everyone because she wanted to hear a cry. Like, get out of here. That's insane behavior.
Like, you really couldn't wait until the baby was in my arms. Like, you had to see my open vagina. Like, I get that we're all women, but like, this was really painful and scary for me. You were 6 hours late. And there's a movie called Avalon, which they never really say they're Jewish in it, but it's definitely like the Jewish immigrant story. And my mom loves this movie, and we used to watch it every Thanksgiving.
Oh, the Thanksgiving
But it's basically
one.
about how the Thanksgiving one, how the whole family, the grandpa arrives late, and he's like, you cut the turkey without me. And because he was late.
And once they
cut it without him, it causes he wasn't 6 hours late, but it causes this rift and everything kind of unravels. It's cool that you think she's like a badass. And that's a nice thing to compliment her when she's calmed the fuck down. You need to let her know who you are. I am not someone. It's different if you love this woman. You didn't wait because you didn't want to. If you love this woman, or if this were your mom, you would have waited, because Christmas definitely lasts 6 hours. But you didn't, and babies have to go to sleep, and people have places to go. What kind of a person is 6 hours late on Christmas? Is that a flex, or does she have a flat tire?
I think
because that was a decision.
Yes, or a lack of respect. And I think that's why I don't blame you for like blurting out, like, I don't want to be friends. Stop trying to be my friend when you have no respect for me, when you ruined my kid's birth, when you showed up 6 hours late. Well, like, those all indicate someone that I wouldn't want to be around. Like, what about your behavior has ever indicated that we should ride in a car together? Like,
I think that that's petty. I think that that's ridiculous. I have to be in green rooms with people that I don't respect or personally like. And I'm never like, I can't share this green room with you for 15 minutes. It's a car ride.
You don't know how long this drive was. Why should she have to? I don't know. But so this blow up was basically the mom's like, well, we need to bond if, it's my grandkid. Well, what are you doing for the bonding, grandma? But you're coming in and screaming.
Great. Let's start bonding right now. Let's bond over the fact that you're a psycho who doesn't respect my time or me. We cannot bond if you don't respect me. And those two things left such a rift that it's hard for me to actually get to know you or trust you, because I don't know when you're going to like pop off. At least getting to a place where she could acknowledge it or something. But that is like calling it out and being like, and you don't have to be mean about it. You can be like, here are two things that because this woman's probably thinking, she feels very East Coast to me. She's probably thinking like, you've just got to stick up your ass. I wasn't yelling. I just wanted to be with my granddaughter. What's the big deal? And to be fair, I wasn't there. So it could have been part of that, could have been part of what you're saying, but we'll assume that's crazy. 6 hours late, unless it's like I had to be at my daughter's and I couldn't get there in time. Like, there is a gray there. And you're saying, hey, I'm trying to have a Christmas. Your daughter's first Christmas, she's a baby. I think when our kids are really little, we put all this emphasis on like my first, in 3 years, you will not even remember it. But the fact is she was 6 hours late and the kid probably had to go to bed and you had probably made a dinner. You were tired. It's disrespectful. You need to let her know. And I'm sure there are more examples of it. So you're like, it's not that I don't want to be closer to you or have a nice family or have my daughter have a relationship, but some of your behaviors make me nervous around you. And I don't know what version of you I'm going to get. Am I going to get and you can say the word badass, which I hate, but like, am I going to get the badass, cool, businesswoman who or am I going to get someone who yells at my mom? Like, think about the position that puts me in. If she's incapable of having, and do not cry. Do not cry.
Something about our question asker. I don't think she's a crier.
Okay, I'm just telling you. Because then it becomes about you excusing your emotions. Like, I'm sorry, I'm crying. I'm just like, I want my family. Like, and then it becomes about something that it's not. You'd be like, here are the things. Here's the behavior that you've exhibited that makes me nervous and makes me put you at an arm's length. And it's not to be corrected overnight. But I think if she is the kind of woman you're describing her as, then she will at least respect that you called her out on it or called it out. She might say something to you where she's like, here's the other side of it. And yeah, I get a little angry, but it's only coming from, sometimes when we have love for someone who acts like a lunatic, you're able to look at it, you're a little bit more gentle with the judging. Like, because that same behavior could come from like your favorite uncle who like gets a little drunk, but he's a good guy. You don't have any basis. But keep in mind, this woman, you've known this woman for 10 years. So prior to you having a baby, which we've had questions where it's like the grandma becomes weird once there's a baby. Did you have any love for each other then for these 10 years?
Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like she's always just been difficult. And I would also be.
Then you tell her.
You might have a different take on this. I'll be curious. I would be a little annoyed that this woman that's clearly going to be in my life forever only wants to bond now because I have a kid. And she didn't for the last 8 years. Like, well, now you have a kid. I guess
that
we have to figure out how to get along. I don't like that.
But what if in her own way, she's like, well, I tried to do this, this, and this, and this. And you don't know her side. That may not be the truth. I'm just saying, what if she's like, I tried to invite you guys on a vacation. You didn't want to come. And your whole answer is like, yeah, because of how you are. So again, stripping it all down, like you're like, I am not comfortable around you and have not been close to you because of these erratic outbursts, which you probably won't be able to change. But at least if you show her that you're the kind of person that is like, hey, I'm not going to put up with that, then you kind of show her who you are. And maybe she's never had anyone in her life be like, hey, that's psycho. And by the way, I can think of at least one person in my life where they have crazy person behavior and I've never said anything and I keep a distance because you don't want to be the one to do it. But I guarantee you no one has ever said to this person in their life, like, hey, that is a really nutty way to respond to a text message. And I don't have to deal with them that much, so it's whatever. But you will feel better letting her know exactly where your boundaries are and what kind of person you are and what you expect. And I guarantee she will think twice in the future.
Yeah.
Before she just like loses her mind for sport. People are probably afraid of this woman.
I am.
People are afraid of me. And I will tell you what, sometimes Emily is like a little snippy back, or like my social media person will be like, this is not what we talked about. And I didn't do this because of this. And I'll be like, okay. Right, you're right.
How many years does it take to get to that level?
It takes you being right at least 3 times in a row, which has not happened for either of you. So
over all the years, I'm going to go do some math.
I've never known you to be right. I've never known you to be right or honest. That's not true. Okay.
Let's do cobs.
It's a talk with a cob. You're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
All right, here we go.
Starting with bottom.
I wrote mine down. My whole Patreon today is going to be about the Kesha concert.
That's what I was going to ask if you would do it because I wanted the scoop. Okay.
Juicy. And I'll tell you in the Patreon if you should spend your money to see Kesha or not.
Oh, okay.
My bot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do mine last because mine are the best.
Okay. On the Patreon fan bottom, placing an online order at a quick service spot. You plan to eat there, but there is no option for dine-in. when ordering via the app. So there is excess because they package your food up as if you were taking it to go. I like using the app for points, quicker orders, more accurate orders. It's just frustrating to be wasteful on stickers, to-go containers, bags when I don't want or need them.
Oh,
I say yes, you feel like a piece of shit if you're sitting in a restaurant opening the to-go piece. Like,
yes. It's a
Sorry.
leftover from COVID.
yeah.
Some places do, like, do you want silverware or not, which I love. But like when you order to go and they just load you up with like extra sauce packets and color, you're just like, I didn't ask for it. I don't need
a Taco
this like
Bell.
duck sauce. I didn't even order duck.
So much orange sauce.
So many sauces. Yeah.
My bottom is, so I had to go to the ER with Isles Saturday night and I was there till 1 a.m.
Cat medical.
And it's not even that. I spent the money. We got the checkup. She had an infected wound.
How?
She ripped her nail out at some point and it was infected. And I felt so bad that I hadn't caught it sooner. But I noticed it Saturday. We went into the ER. I got home at like 1 a.m. And I think the bottom of the cob, like obviously my poor baby, I keep checking on her. But just having a 3-day weekend where I was going to catch up on so much stuff. You know, like I had so much I needed to do that I'm scrambling to do today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like not even plans out, but just things to do. But I have spent the last 3 days staring at her foot, giving her pills, checking on her. Anytime a cat makes a noise, running and looking at them. You know,
which you would be doing anyway, to be fair.
To a lesser extent. But she was so stoic about it that now I'm so worried that I'm like, I'm never going to know if you're dying because you were just, there was the littlest paw raise and I took her to the ER thinking I'm being ridiculous. And they're like, it's really bad. And I was like, what? Because you know I take notes on the cats hour by hour.
Yeah, no, I know.
So my bottom is her being sick and it throwing off everything and she's just chilling.
You really believe you would have gotten that much done?
I have so much I need to do.
Okay. Well, now she's just chilling. She's medicated.
Well, she's medicated, but I'm definitely going to make a follow-up appointment with my regular vet to look at this toe situation and report and tell me.
Like my vet and my gynecologist and
Whoever
my
will
obstetrician
look.
to make sure.
Whoever will let me in.
Tianfu has a little lump on her leg. And I think like dogs can get like little fatty cysts. Like I looked it up. It's
When they're
fine.
older,
But it was funny.
yeah.
I go, oh my God, Noah. I go, she has like a lump on her leg. And Noah picks up his phone. He goes, let me guess. He goes, in my impression of you looking something up. Lump on dog. I was like, that's exactly what I was going to say into the phone.
Yeah. Well,
Lump on dog.
I found one on my parents' dog. And they're like, leave her alone. That's an old lady lump. I was like, did the doctor check that for you?
Lady lump.
That's her old lady lump. Leave it alone. It's fine.
I keep squeezing it.
Stop doing that.
I'm going to squeeze it. My bottom of the cob is we took an Uber to a friend's house I was picking up our friend. We had a group of us going to Kesha, and then we were going to go to the Forum, which is where the concert was. And so I put in a stop to pick up our friend. But the Uber, my hack for Uber is you can, in LA, you can usually order an Uber XL. Because like in other cities, it's like, yeah, and some guy in like a Sienna will pull up with his like family van and take you somewhere. In LA, typically, if you order an Uber XL, it is like a Tahoe, like it is a black car. So you don't need to spend the money on like the fake upcharge. This guy comes in like a black Suburban, great. He was 300 years old and it reeked of blunt smoke.
Oh,
and
no.
he was like really unsure, like looking at the app. It was as if he had never driven before. And it was just going so slow and it smelled. I cannot stand anything close to a cigarette. I hate the smell of weed. It just smelled like old and smoky. And there was like white face makeup all over the seats, like almost like a geisha had like gotten in a fight in the back seat. And I was like, what is this? So we're in the car. It's my Uber. I can't call another Uber while I'm on the drive. So I turn to Alicia. I'm like, call another Uber. That way, the second we get to her house, we can just jump in the other Uber. So we get out of the car. I go, did you call? And she goes, he answered. Like he answered my Uber request from within his car.
Yeah.
And so we're both sitting there trying, it's like a bad dream, trying to order another Uber XL. And this guy kept answering. And then finally I got another one. I'm like, we got it. We got another one. His name is Jewel. He's coming now.
How'd you get rid of first guy?
We just sent him away. And I just like, while she was dealing with him, I called another. So someone else picked it up. But it was that like trying to like, there should be an option where it's like, I'm not enjoying this ride. Please don't come get me. Please stop answering this.
Yeah.
But it's like obvious that the call was coming from inside the house.
Yes.
We were right there.
Ugh.
So it's just like, and I've had that happen where like, it's the same person keeps answering it. And you're like, how do you not see that I don't want you to pick me up?
Please.
Okay.
Top of the cob. The fan one really was delightful. They said on Spotify, there's captioning, there's built-in captioning. We didn't upload it ourselves. Apple too. I think now there's like transcripts, which are great, but it doesn't quite translate the theme song correctly. So she says, Spotify captions misquoting "I'll tell you anything" as "I'll get your enemies." And then it's a screenshot of like just the text, "I'll get your enemies" as you're singing. And unless this is correct, in which case I'll be submitting my anonymous request in order of priority.
I'll get your enemies. It does sound like that.
It does sound like that. And I like that that's the like offshoot where you actually go after the people that people write in about.
I like that.
My top
really funny.
is what good has happened for me? It's been raining really hard and I've just been inside working. So it's been really nice. It's nice to see the rain
so cozy
when it's not affecting me.
It's so cozy. My top of the cob was getting my hair done for like a Hollywood hairdresser rate is about $500.
Mm-hmm.
And because they have to put in extensions and they have to curl and everything like that. So like when I do events, like these things are expensive. And I was going to the Kesha concert and I really wanted to wear my hair long with like little, not teeny bopper, but like little like 90s pigtails. I totally did not get the memo on how you're supposed to dress for a Kesha concert. I definitely looked like I was going to a rave.
Oh,
but
that's
whatever.
kind of what you like.
Like Iliza showed up in like fishnets, a bikini, lots of like messy necklaces. I was like, I just can't do that vibe. But I did my own hair.
Yeah.
And I just like took a minute, slowed down, and it looked great. And I was just really proud that like, yeah, it should not cost you money every time. And like being able to put in your own hair extensions and have them look nice, because I am an expert and I can always tell when it's fake. That felt really good. Like I felt pretty. I was like, okay, it doesn't have to be a low bun.
Yeah.
With a middle part. Like I can do real hair. And it just felt really good.
Good work.
I was flipping that hair. Trying up all our clones.
What do you want to tell the people?
Okay.
It's June.
You guys, it is June. It's the first week of June. And you can come see me. I'll tell you where you can come see me. I'm going to be running my new hour at the Starlight Cabaret, which is this is for those of you who live in LA, obviously. It's a new venue, June 13th. We really should get that on sale. Here in LA. So come by and see me on Saturday night. I'm going to do 2 shows. I'm also going to be running my hour in Seattle at Emerald City. Now, this is a ways away, but it's July 16th. It might be sold out. And other than that, I'm just looking forward to this summer. I'm going to be playing a few gigs. You can come see me at the end of June at the Borgata in New Jersey, and also the Wing Creek Event Center in, you guessed it, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, the home of Jesus Christ. And then also at the JPAC in Newark. And prior to that, you can also come see me in Indianapolis and Cincinnati at the Hard Rock. Come see me in Indianapolis at Close Memorial Hall. Tickets at iliza.com/tour. And we're going to head over to Patreon right now. Keep those questions coming, you guys, and stay so safe. Stay so safe.